when you take a look at this trade, who won on this side? Is it the Dallas Mavericks or is it the Lakers?
It's the Dallas Mavericks.
So far for Anthony Davis. Thompson gambled going after it, and to the best feet finds PJ. Offensive rebound, Anthony Davis. Drive Kyrie. Wow, thunderous finish.
A few moments later.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't feel good about that.
Nope.
When it comes to Anthony Davis, everyone knows this guy is one of the most talented players in NBA history, and currently one of the 10 best players in the world at the absolute worst. As looking at Davis on defense, one of the most versatile, flexible, and just biggest cheat codes on defense the game has ever seen. And of course, playing for the Lakers, really covered all their defensive flaws and their defensive weak points this guy nullified on a nightly basis.
Here's Fox into the front court. Little hezzy on Christie.
He's behind, of course, Trae Young, whose shot is just not going down. But that's what he, against the Lakers, a couple of big games here, in fact, all the way underneath. Oh, AD.
If Anthony Davis has that mid-range jumper going, a three-point shot falling, this dude's virtually unstoppable. Now, the one drawback Anthony Davis, of course, he's injury-prone, gets banged up very, very easily, and rarely if ever is firing on all cylinders.
Beverly now on call with a great spin move and a fake.
Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, my neck, my back, my neck and my back. Oh.
Look, when it comes to Anthony Davis, he's never had a broken leg, a broken arm, an ACL, MCL type injury that ruined your season and possibly your career. But for Davis, he just has these little ankle twists, slipping, falling. A lot of just unlucky stuff happens to Davis out of the blue. If I had to describe his durability in one word, I would just say this guy is kinda brittle. And watching a ton of his Lakers games, yes, he would miss a lot of time, but he'd also leave games early with a poked eye, an elbow contusion, just a pinky, these weird injuries that happen out of nowhere.
There's the wet spot. He tries to pick him up. Oh, look out.
Man, that basket now wanders into the lane, trying to go up and under. Might have gotten hit in the eye again. Boy, he's susceptible to that a lot.
In a lot of ways, being plagued with those type of injuries that pop up here and there over a season is worse than that one big-time injury that takes you out for an entire year. As looking at Davis post the bubble championship, 2021 missed 36 games, 22 missed 42 over half the season, the next year missed 26, and the past 2 years, give him credit, has only missed 14 games combined. We gotta keep saying it over and over again. The only big concern with Davis is his health and durability. And of course, the Mavs trading for this guy, while I wouldn't do it, I at least kind of understand it. Defensively, a monster, and offensively, still a very effective player. But why I wouldn't make this trade is Davis gets hurt over and over again. And looking back 3-4 years ago, Davis at that point was in his late 20s. In 2 years' time, he's going to be approaching his mid-30s. Do you think someone like Davis, a near 7-footer, is going to get healthier the further his career goes on? If you ask me, it's an emphatic no. And of course, looking at his debut versus Houston, like clockwork, what happened late in the third quarter? Anthony Davis clutching his stomach, he pulled something, messed something up, exited the game, and would not return.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't feel good about that.
Nope, 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 nope.
We suck again.
Mavs fans in less than 48 minutes got the full Anthony Davis experience. As of course in the first half, this guy was going absolutely ballistic out of his mind, on pace for 50 points. In that very moment, you're kind of thinking, did Nico Harrison have a vision no one else saw, and was Davis' trade actually secretly genius? Well, give it a quarter and a half and Davis, out injured, and the same old concerns pop up yet again.
I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
Now, this injury, according to Davis, it's nothing serious, just taking precautions, and the Mavericks being extra careful he doesn't hurt himself further.
Davis had 26 points and 16 rebounds in 31 minutes, but will now miss multiple weeks, according to ESPN.
Look, I don't wish injury upon anyone, I don't hope for injuries, but looking at someone like Davis, he's a ticking time bomb to get hurt, banged up, and miss 3 or 4 weeks just like that. And if you're the Mavericks, barely being at 500, someone like Davis missing a chunk of time like that simply cannot happen. And once again, looking back at that Mavericks-Lakers trade, The one just mind-boggling thing is still, why he moved on from Luka Doncic was due to weight, conditioning concerns, him being injured, concerns like that. So the one guy you bring is Anthony Davis, a guy who's more injury prone, and at the very moment was hurt, and his debut gets hurt again.
Ironic.
Now, looking at those first 3 quarters, Anthony Davis' defense, overall impact, I mean, this guy looking like a top 5 player, one of the best players in the world, not even close. And the weird thing for Dallas, they're kind of making a full identity swap, as of course with Luka, yes, they were a decent defensive team, but primarily driven by offense, and of course Luka Doncic, the engine of that offense. In the Davis Mavericks era of their offense, it will still be there. But if this team wants to win a championship, compete for the finals, defense will be their calling card, which for Mavericks fans, something I haven't seen in quite some time.
Still missing Lively the second.
Nice crossover by Shingun, but misses inside. He keeps it alive, however, got it back. Defended well again, and hand off to Whitmore. Whitmore got open with the screen. Challenge, though, from Anthony Davis. Ball out of bounds.
And one last thing I do want to show you guys, Anthony Davis at his best, healthy, conditioned, ready to roll. This guy undoubtedly one of the best power forwards to ever lace them up. As looking back at that bubble championship, however you feel about the bubble, Davis individually performed fantastic. And historically, kind of gets underrated, overlooked, and how vital he was to that Lakers title. As of course in that postseason, 28 points per game, nearly 10 boards, nearly 4 dimes, 1.5 blocks on absurd shooting. Davis for that championship, he wasn't a Robin, an Alfred, or number 2 option. At worst, he was a 1B, and some games, some series, he was the 1A. He's of course on defense, was responsible for really everything. And versus the Joker, Bam, some of the better bigs in the NBA, he stepped up time and time again in that championship run. Now of course back in 2020, the load Anthony Davis was carrying, while it was a pretty hefty burden, compared to his time in Dallas right now, it's night and day. With the Mavericks, despite having Kyrie, some really great depth, Max Christie, Najee Marshall, some really decent pieces, this team's championship hopes, they ride on Anthony Davis and his legs, his health, and his durability. And of course, looking at Game 1 versus Houston, that durability is still a big time question. So that right there is the end of the video. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.